Hey, what's up, y'all? Well, it's time to make my predictions for the quarterfinals of the 12 team college football playoff. Of course, we got four games again. One on New Year's Eve night and three on New Year's Day. Hopefully, this will be better than what we had in the first round. I mean, at least Clemson was somewhat competitive against Texas. The rest of the games were blowouts. So hopefully we get better games, close games in this round. We'll see. But of course, tomorrow night we will be having yep, Penn State versus Boise State. Which one is this? This is the what the Fiesta Bowl, uh, or the or the or is this the Orange Bowl? Let's see. Yeah. I think the no, yeah. I think this is the Fiesta Bowl. Anyway, with Penn State and Boise State. Or is this the Peach Bowl? Anyway, whichever bowl it is, doesn't matter. Penn State is an 11-point favorite over Boise State, and yeah, of course, obviously, Boise State has Ashton Genty, who needs no introduction. He should have won the Heisman, not Travis Hunter, but that's neither here nor there. So, but anyway, he had like 2,500 yards and like 30 something touchdowns, like 7 or 8 yards a carry. The question is, how well will he perform against a really good Penn State defense, who is just very stout against the run. So only like 100 yards per game, like 3 yards per carry, given up. So who's going to win that matchup? And then Penn State obviously has a really good running game as well, right? With Nick Singleton and was that other running back that was it Allen, right? Is it Keytron Allen? Or yeah, so a double-headed monster there. Anyway, but of course, neither one of them is Ashton Genty. So, but anyway, and then of course, you know about the quarterback for Penn State, Drew Aller. I mean, he is what he is. He's a game manager. He's not throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But I mean, he's gonna take good care of the ball and not gonna lose you the game. I mean, same thing with Boise State and Maddox Madsen. Again, again, not a gunslinger, more of a game manager. But he throws the ball when he needs to. Kind of using the run game of Magenti to set up a lot of play action. Uh, so Maddox Madsen is really at his best when Genty is at his best. So, uh, but yeah, I do think that ultimately Penn State will win the game. Because of their defense, I think we'll be able to bottle up Genty and stop that. Slow down that Boise State offense. I think Penn State's offense is is able to do enough. I I, I mean they'll have the advantage on the lines of scrimmage up front. So I think that Penn State's defense, will, will do their job, and the offense will do enough. So I'm gonna go with Penn State, but I guess I will give Boise State the 11 points. I do actually think that Boise State is good. Remember, they gave that Boise State gave Oregon a run for their money, almost beat them. Uh, so I'm not expecting a blowout. I do think Penn State wins, but I guess I will give Boise State the points. And then let's see. Yes, now the New Year's Day games. We do have Texas and Arizona State, and I do believe that this one is the Fiesta Bowl. Fiesta Bowl. So Texas and Arizona State. Now, of course, I really like Arizona State. I like what Kenny Dillingham is doing with Arizona State, going from like 3-9 last year to now 11-2 Big 12 champions. Yeah, so just an incredible turnaround, obviously. And then, of course, their offense is led by their star running back, Cam Scattaboo, right? AKA Cam Skibbity. Anyway, he has over 1,500 yards, 1,600 yards. So yeah, he's an elite running back. And of course, you have their quarterback, Sam Leavitt, is it Leavitt or Levitt? Anyways, he's done pretty good. They also have a 1,000-yard receiver in Jordan Tyson. I know he was out for the Big 12 championship, so I don't know if he's gonna be if he's gonna be playing or not. Not sure. Anyway, of course, you look at Texas, and they have a really good defense. And I mean their offense is pretty good. I mean they can run the ball good. And I mean Quinn Ewers played good in the first round of the playoffs, so I guess they're gonna keep Quinn Ewers in. But anyway, as much as I want to pick Arizona State, I'm gonna have to go with Texas because I do think that they're the better team, the more talented team. So I'm gonna go with Texas to win. But I think I am going to take Arizona State to cover those 13 points, though. That seems like a lot. And then next, I think this one's 5 o'clock on Wednesday. Of course, we got the Rose Bowl. We got Oregon and Ohio State, of course, rematch from the regular season when, yeah, that was a great game. Oregon did end up winning by 1 point. It was like 32-31. So we feel like both of these teams match up well. I mean, their offenses are very close. They're both scoring around 36 points a game. So, I mean, guess Oregon does run the ball and throw the ball a little bit better, since they do have the advantage in yards per game. But I mean, Ohio State's defense is a little bit better than Oregon's defense, statistically speaking. And without the other quarterbacks, I mean, Will Howard, not known for being a gunslinger, more of a game manager, but I mean, he did ball out in that Tennessee game. And of course, Dylan Gabriel for Oregon was a Heisman finalist. So, but anyway, yeah, the wide receivers are really good on both sides. Ohio State's got Jeremiah Smith, and Oregon has Tez Johnson. So yes, so I think we're in for another thriller between Ohio State and Penn State. Of course, Ohio State favored by 2.5, even though they lost the first round. And I mean, I think Oregon wins again. Just can't trust um, um, Ryan Day in big games. I guess maybe you could say the same thing about Dan Lanning, but I do think that Oregon is undefeated and they're number one for a reason. So I'm gonna go with Oregon, I guess, to upset Ohio State, win the Rose Bowl. And then, of course, lastly, you do have the Sugar Bowl, right? Georgia versus Notre Dame, and this game is starting at 8:45 Eastern. I know, which is ridiculous. How late this game is starting, I mean, is absurd. But I mean, it won't end until. I mean, this game won't end uh, until after midnight, right? It's going to be, almost 1 o'clock in the morning by the time this game is finished. It'll be like 12:30. But anyway, because obviously, George is going to be without Carson Beck. He has had surgery on his elbow. He had to repair his UCL, so he will not be be playing in the playoffs. Of course, he is already declared for the NFL draft, so he will not be back. He will not be back next year. So we have seen the last of Carson Beck in Athens. But anyway, so Beck out, Gunnar Stockton in. Now, of course, now I have faith in Gunnar Stockton, though. I, I mean, he can throw the ball too. Otherwise, he would not be, a quarterback at UGA. Otherwise, he would not have been a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school if he couldn't throw the ball. So we know he can. But can he throw it as good as Carson Beck? Probably not, but he might not have to because he's got something that because Gunner has something that Carson doesn't have, and that's mobility, the ability to run, on designed quarterback runs. Able to make the ability to make chunk plays with his legs. I mean, Beck could could run a little, but I mean Stockton is a true dual threat quarterback. Yeah, so we've thrown for a lot of yards. I think it was like 3,500 yards that Beck has. Obviously, now you have to throw all of those passing stats uh, away because all those numbers were Beck's. So anyway, so of course with Stockton, being a runner, and with ETN should be back healthy again. Of course, we've also got Nate Frazier. So yeah, so I believe that I mean really haven't been able to run the ball that great this year, but with Stockton in the game, I think that we're going to run the ball more, and we're going to run the ball a lot better, effectively. I mean Notre Dame is going to run the ball too. I mean Jeremiah Love is a great running back. Um, and of course Riley Leonard is a dual threat. He can run around too. He's got like 750 rushing yards. So I mean, and of course we've had trouble with the running quarterbacks. Obviously Jalen Milrow gave us problems in that first half. Uh, um, um, Haynes King was giving our defense fits for the entire game. So so I'm hoping that we can do better against Riley Leonard. Uh, anyway, and of course our defense in general, not being up to the standard that has been set. Not that it's terrible, but I mean it's not elite. It's not elite. It's just kind of good, kind of bad. I mean, would where I say that it's mid. Uh, no, no, it's not quite mid. It's better than mid. would I say that it's decent? Yeah, maybe that's it. Uh, but we've seen the defense have I mean, the defense had some bad games. Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. I mean, we gave up over 200 rushing yards to UMass and Georgia Tech. Uh, okay, so anyway, of course, the smart pick might be to pick Notre Dame, but you know what? I mean, it's hard for me to pick against my own team. It's hard for me uh, to uh, to pick against my dog, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take UGA and the 1 point. But anyway, so yeah, so it's going to be it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Give me your predictions for the playoffs, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.